Big Red Rally Day on News Channel Nebraska in Lincoln continues. My name is Jake Bartecki. We are talking with Argyle, Texas's Riley Van Poppel. Riley, first of all, thanks for taking the time, getting back into spring football. You guys had some time off for the offseason. Take me through what that was like for you and getting your mind and body right for another season.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here and giving me this time. But I would just say, it was a great 8 weeks. I know for me personally, I had some goals to accomplish, just putting weight on, getting faster, stronger, all those things that a freshman wants to do his first year in a college offseason. I think as a team perspective, it was great. We set out some goals like chasing three, some stuff we look back on of our season last year that we wanted to fix for this upcoming year. And I think it was a great time this winter. We got to just not listen to the outside noise and just put our heads down and just get to work to better ourselves as a team.
Well, spring practice began March 24th, and that gives you about a little over a month until the spring game. So how good is it going to feel to get those pads back on, start getting back to practice with some new, exciting, talented pieces on the field as well?
Yeah, you kind of forget how fun it is to play the game. It's a long 8 weeks of winter that you're just lifting and running all day. So whenever you get to go out to practice, it's pretty fun to know that you're back in the game, that you're here to play with new people around you. And it's not like you're preparing for a game. It's something different. It's kind of go out there and, you got best on best. It's just you and your teammates grinding it out day by day. We put the pads back on officially tomorrow. So start some contact, and it's just fun. Iron sharpens iron. You want to have the best guys out there and just trying to better yourself as a player, but then also how can you make that go into bettering the team.
So last season, you played in every single game as a true freshman, except for week number 1, and that was the Minnesota game. How good did that feel that the coaches had that much belief in you to get you out there and get some minutes?
I think it's kind of a blessing, but it also doesn't rely on me. It kind of relies on my teammates because, say I got here in last May, so I only had a couple months to get ready for the season, and I didn't really know how it was going to go for me. And then when I sat down and talked to them before fall camp, I saw an opportunity that they were telling me is like, we're going to need you this year. And I took it upon myself to be ready for the guys like Jamari, Nash, and Ty who have been here for years, and I didn't want to let them down. So having them in the room with me and, other guys on the team just helping me get ready for going out there and playing the game as a freshman, not letting it get too big in my head and just taking it down to a dummies game, keeping it all simple and just having fun with it. I think that was really a blessing to have those guys around to help me out with that and go from there.
So you're from Argyle, Texas, and Texas every single year has tons of great high school recruits, and you were highly touted coming out of high school, and you had a lot of impressive offers. What was it about Nebraska and Lincoln that sold you on this place?
It's kind of a long process for me coming here with, I committed under the old staff, decided to stay faithful throughout, and it was kind of an easy decision for me because when I first came here, it was kind of a feeling I got in the pit of my gut, just kind of know like, hey, this is a place I feel like I could be. For number one, you got the support around this place. It's unbelievable. Everyone wants the best for you. And so that's what I loved about it, the opportunity that I would have here. I wanted to see the field early, and I was blessed enough to get that opportunity. And then lastly, I'd just say, Rule's staff, he when I sat down and talked to him the first time and Coach Knight, and just knowing that they could develop me into the player I want to be, if I was coached by them for, 3-4 years, and I think that opportunity, when I saw it in front of my face, I wanted to stick here and be here.
Well, that's a good transition into my next subject here, and that is the coaches. You mentioned Coach Rule and Coach White. We'll get to Coach Knighton in a minute, but Coach Rule and Coach White, their system, how well did that work for you as a freshman?
It's a fun system, I'll say that. It's different than what I played in high school. It's a lot of bullets are firing. A lot of loose cannons. It's just go out there and play. And I think that's what makes it so special is because Coach White's kind of like a magician back there. He's just pulling things out of his back pocket. You never know what's going to happen if you're on the other side of the ball. I know as a D-line we're doing a lot of movements and stunts and little actions like that can confuse an offense. And then, the DBs are covering blitzes. They're disguising things, and it's hard to go against a defense like ours, and that's what makes it fun because, they want you out there playing with your head on fire, and they're not too much. You got to do your job, but it's not like, stick in this gap and do that, but just go out there and play loose.
A lot of talk about Nebraska's coaching staff being an NFL coaching staff, and few guys have more experience at that level on this coaching staff than Terrence Knight, and he has transitioned big names, from defensive linemen in college to the pros. Talk about playing for him.
It's unbelievable. He's probably the best coach I've been around. Just not only his knowledge of the game and where he's been, but him just making a D-line room that makes you want to be there every day. It makes you want to put the work in when times are getting hard or when you don't know if you can keep going. You look at him, you look at the guys in that room, and the foundation he's set makes you just keep going. Along with, like you said, he's taught me, he's opened up my eyes big time, just in the view of a D-lineman, how I can build myself up in all aspects of the game, but I don't just need to be one-dimensional, but I need to be 3D if I want to make it to the next level. And he knows how to help me get there, and I think that's just the best part about him. Having him as a coach is he knows the game like the backside of his hand, and he can help me get anywhere.
Going back to kind of the leader of that defensive coaching staff, that's Tony White, and there was a lot of talk about other opportunities for him, rightfully so with how good the defense was last season, but he made it pretty clear early on in the offseason he was going to be coming back. If that defense could be a top 3 defense in the Big Ten in year 1, what's the ceiling in year 2?
I think we don't want to focus on last year. You hear those numbers a lot, but I think for us it was a blessing to get him back. He's, in my opinion, the best in the country, I think, like I was saying earlier. And so having him come back and want to be here, that means the world because, you're playing for a guy that you see the other opportunities he had, but he wanted to be here and he wanted to coach us. So that makes us go a little bit harder for him. And I think just the biggest thing for this year is we're going to be more comfortable in this defense, and we might even be able to add a little bit more to it, some more twists and turns just because we got a year of playing in this defense in games under our belt that we're all going to be comfortable out there. We're going to know what we're doing or know our assignments, and then that's when you're going to let the talent be seen because we're not going to second guess ourselves. We're going to know what we're doing. We're going to go attack. So it's going to be a fun year.
What about personal goals for 2024? You have any?
Not really personal goals. Nothing like number-wise. I want to be a better player to help my team. I'm a team guy, so whatever I can do to give us the best chance of winning, kind of do that, and just go out there, push myself and my teammates every day, and whatever happens, whether it's me or another guy making the play. As long as we win, I'm cool with that.
Big Red Rally Day today. Talk a little bit about NIL and N1890. What has your experience with name, image, and likeness been like, and what kind of influence does it have on players' lives?
I think NIL is a great thing. I've seen it do a lot in some of my friends and teammates' lives, and in my life, it's been a positive impact. It's truly a blessing that we're in a day and age where we're allowed to have NIL, and I think the basis of this is good because it's doing a lot of positive, like I said, in people's lives that can really benefit from it. So I think the work that we put in each and every day is, getting rewarded for that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. So I think it's a good thing. Understood.
We're here at the 1890 Initiative headquarters here in downtown Lincoln. Talk about 1890, what they've been like to work with.
They've been great, through the whole process before I got here till now. They've been a great. Matt Davidson, the head of 1890, they're great people to work with. They're easy. They communicate easy, and my biggest thing is the events we get to go do with them. Like going to different rallies where Coach Rule will speak, and you get to sit there and meet a whole town of people and just see the support they have for you and the team, and know that you are being watched by all these people on a Saturday, and you have that much of an impact on people's lives. It's kind of a blessing just to get to go out there and meet these people and see what you can do to affect their lives in a positive way.
Riley, thanks for your time. Looking forward to seeing you back on the field here come up in the fall.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for the time today.
He's Riley Van Poppel. I'm Jake Bartecki. Big Red Rally Day continuing. More interviews throughout the day on NCN.